Please support us to check out Blog Official. Like, share, follow, and subscribe. In April of 2020, when the whole world was focused on a tiny virus that shall remain nameless, something incredible happened in Australia. A female duck, no, not that kind of duck, a platypus laid an egg. And not just any egg, but one that hatched into a baby platypus, the first one ever recorded in the wild to do so. But the amazing thing is that she laid that egg in secret. She managed to hide her pregnancy from scientists who were literally watching her around the clock. She laid the egg in a burrow, not her burrow, but in an abandoned one that had been dug by another animal. And she incubated it without anyone knowing. The little guy hatched, got all grown up, and was released into the wild, and nobody even knew about it until recently. Hi, and welcome to this channel. Today we're going to be talking about the platypus that laid eggs in secret. Before we get into it, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. We would really appreciate it. And if you enjoy the video, please like it. It really helps us out. As you may or may not know, the platypus is one of nature's most unusual creatures. They are egg-laying mammals, which puts them in a very small club. There are only about 10 other animals that do that. They have duck bills, furry bodies, beaver tails, venomous spurs on their ankles, and webbed feet, and they can sense electricity with their bills. If that isn't enough to make you think that they're weird, I don't know what is. Because of all their weirdness, scientists are understandably very interested in studying them. And the particular platypus we're talking about today, known as Platy, has been the subject of many studies. She was born in the wild in 1984 and was captured in 1986 and taken to a research facility where she has lived ever since. For years, scientists observed her behavior, trying to figure out how she and other platypuses create their burrows. She didn't make things easy for them, though. She is a bit of a diva and refused to dig burrows unless there was an audience of at least 3 people watching intently while she works. So the scientists would sit there for hours every day watching her. Platy had a roommate named Pat, who was basically her platypus partner in crime. They did everything together, played, ate, and even slept facing each other. Sadly, Pat passed away in 2019, which sent Platy into a brief but intense mourning period. Then she stopped eating and eventually went on a hunger strike that lasted over 30 days. This was very worrying for the scientists, who had never seen anything like this before. Eventually, she did start eating again, but then just a couple of months later, she went on another hunger strike that lasted almost 50 days. After that, she seemed to be back to her old self. The scientists still aren't exactly sure why Platy went on those hunger strikes, but they think it could have had something to do with her being pregnant. You see, throughout her life at the research facility, Platy had only ever laid one egg, which was very strange because normally, if a female platypus is healthy, she should be laying an egg every year or 2. The staff thought maybe she just wasn't laying eggs anymore. So when she went on those long hunger strikes, they started thinking maybe she was pregnant, and that's why she wasn't eating. But she gave no other signs that she was expecting, like nesting or gaining weight. And since she was laying around the clock, nobody ever saw her lay the egg. It turned out that they were right. She was pregnant, but she managed to hide it from them. In May of 2020, she laid the egg, but instead of laying it in her enclosure, she laid it in a fake burrow that the scientists had placed in there for her. It was made of PVC pipes and sand and was supposed to help her feel more comfortable and encourage her to make a nest. Instead, she used it to hide her egg. The next time scientists checked on her, a week after they were pretty sure she'd laid the egg, they found the little guy that had hatched from it. He was all grown up and ready to go. So they took him out of the enclosure and released him into the wild. Platy was reunited with her son for years later in 2020 during a routine checkup. The scientists were able to confirm that he was indeed her son using DNA analysis. Platy is now 40 years old, and if she's still laying eggs, the scientists are hopeful that they'll be able to find her doing it so they can learn more about this amazing creature. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll see you next time.